Hey, there's Dr. Heyer from Holistic Health, where we use functional medicine to help sick people get well and help well people stay healthy. Hey, in this video series, we've been talking about some of the functional tests we use to help ascertain what kind of therapies or treatments we can use to help people with problems. In today's video, I want to speak specifically more to neurological issues, in particular like autism or even ADHD or things like that. And if you've seen some of our videos before, you've probably heard me talk about the gut-brain connection. And if you haven't heard about that, you're going to hear more about it. In fact, you're probably going to hear the gut referred to as the second brain or the microbiome. You're going to start hearing that term and those phrasings more and more. In fact, 2/3 of our immune system, our cardiovascular system, and our nervous system reside in the gut. If the gut's not healthy, eventually the brain will start to develop issues, and if the brain's not healthy, the gut will have issues. And in particular, in today's video, we want to talk about ADHD. And for a lot of years, or for a number of years, experts felt that autism was purely a genetic issue. Either you had the genetic predisposition or you didn't. And there's actually a growing body of evidence saying that that may not always be the case. Yes, that might be true to some point, but there may be other cofactors or issues included or that come into play. In particular, the gut-brain connection. And one of the things that researchers are feeling that could be leading to something like autism is basically destroying the gut through a condition called leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability. You might hear about it as leaky gut. And some of the foods that experts are saying to avoid are things like gluten, dairy, and casein, which is a protein in milk. Those tend to be very damaging to the permeability of the gut. It's kind of like a screen, like our window, when we have the windows open, the screen keeps bugs out, lets fresh air in. But if I were to take a pencil or a screwdriver and start punching holes in the screen, eventually mosquitoes could get in, and we don't want that. Same thing here. There are damaging foods, or there are other chemicals that can damage the intestinal permeability, basically damaging the screen, allowing things into the body that shouldn't be, causing inflammation and issues with the brain. Now, some of the foods that are more healing or restorative in nature are things like yogurt and kimchi, whole grains, bananas, ginger, and eating leaner meats and fish. Now, if you or someone you know who has autism or ADHD or even Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and other neurological issues, there are tests that are, I don't want to say new, but newer, that are showing they're showing a lot of promise as far as helping to diagnose and assess a person and how to help them. A couple of those are, in particular, the brain span. The brain span is a test that's great for measuring how inflamed the brain is. We've talked a lot about this in the past with ADHD, and it holds true for autism as well. Measuring how inflamed the brain is kind of like when a firefighter or a firehouse is called out to a scene. They need to know what they're getting into. Are they getting into a grass fire, a house fire, a big chemical plant fire? They need to know if it's like a 1 alarm or a 3 alarm or whatever their system is. They need to have an assessment of what they're getting into. And many doctors don't know how inflamed the brain is when it comes to autism or ADHD or Parkinson's or anything like that, because a lot of the conventional tests don't really measure it well and don't give you a true objective indication of how bad the situation is unless it's really deteriorated. So the brain span is one of those tests that we do. It's super simple. You can do it within a few minutes, and it gives us a lot of good feedback and information, how inflamed, if there are nutrients and minerals that are missing. And that leads me to the next thing. We test a lot for minerals and vitamin deficiencies, because without those, you're not going to have normal metabolism. We test for toxins that are everywhere, our food, our water, our air, the cosmetics that a person puts on themselves, the shampoo, the conditioner, the deodorant. There's toxins everywhere. And we also test for food sensitivities that can lead to inflammation in the gut, and of course, leading to a brain that's inflamed as well. So if you have a loved one or you know somebody who's dealing with autism or other neurological issues, and you're just not happy with the results you're getting, it might be time to consider a more alternative approach. And these are some tests that we do here in the office. There's others, but these are kind of the baseline where we would start and then springboard into other specialized tests from there. So, hey, either feel free to respond to this email or give us a call at the office. There should be a link included in this that you can actually go to our functional medicine page and schedule for a complimentary consultation. I'll be happy to spend 10-15 minutes listening to your story to see if are you a good candidate for the programs we do here? Would the test be of benefit to you? And if not, I'll tell you. And if so, I'll tell you. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon.